Welcome to Dungeon Damsels.
You have reunited with Narte and received a message from your companion in arms, Adlanna. She tracked a devil down to a hideout of his own outside of town. The letter that you got from her detailed that she, Senya, and Narte went to the shack in an attempt to confront this devil, Zert, and to come to an agreement. Then if he doesn't comply and resorts to violence, she, Senya, and Narte will defend themselves. Only she hasn't returned. Senya is nowhere to be found, and Narte is here in peacock form. We will do a recap for everyone's motives. Tarina, you have been tasked by Fae Queen Sabra to bring her a new pet. We're to bring this new person to a fairy circle. You have been informed that there's one outside of the city. You have a few people you have considered for this position, but haven't decided on who is best. You also have spoken to Nessa about Aravan, your brother. From Nessa, you learned that High Priestess Avra, her grandmother, values education and would want documentation of said education. With that in mind, there's a possible plan to present Virkus as an alternative marriage candidate for Nessa. However, you do not know if the messenger from House Milne. However, you do not know that if the messenger from House Meliamne doesn't show up at House Abra, it will raise suspicion. So you don't. I hope that made sense. Keyanthi, you were tasked with finding spies for Celiana Rowanwood, your cousin. But you've had trouble finding suitable people for the position. Not only that, you have been racked by your own moral and ethical quandaries on the potential outfall of your actions, as well as inactions.
There's lots of inaction. I'm really good at those.
Luna, you have by chance met Liam, Gealach's birth father. Gealach's your boyfriend, audience. You discussed with Ellie on how to remove him from the city safely and agreed that he should take on a business venture towards the Kingdom of Leicester. Perhaps you could use your noble connections to persuade the lore matron, Liam's owner, to allow him to go on said trip. Ellie, you have a lead on the mysterious Ulamaze. Thus far, you have a few leads pointing towards the city of Cortulia Serlasius, the Arcanic capital. The Arcane Boys have solidified your suspicions and have offered an alternative route to the Arcanic Empire via the Abyssal Routes, which is an alternative, as far as you know, an alternative road beneath the mountain. Virkus and Nessa have talked at length about their potential marriage, and are both in relative agreement to it despite the potential awkwardness and lack of physical intimacy. Thus far, it seems to be the best course of action for Virkus to be re-established into House Breeden and to win the favor of High Priestess Avra. You know, everyone knows this. I hope you all know this at this point. You know that in order for him to be accepted as a noble and to be reinstated into his house, that two of the three matrons have to agree. You can speak to the lore matron, who's Colin's mother, High Priestess Avra, who's Nessa's grandmother, and then there's the war matron, your best friend. That was sarcasm. No one laughed. Sorry.
I'm laughing.
Mara is still up for the execution block. Colum is fired up to rescue her and escape with her, possibly out of town. There is an alternative to try to appeal to the matrons to free Mara. And you need two of the three matrons to approve this. From what Colum told you, the war matron pushed for the execution and High Priestess Avra agreed to press forward. All of the Arcane Boys are accounted for. Canaris and Farius are in hiding in House Breeden and are currently preparing to leave the city as soon as Narte is with them again. Narte is presently in his animal form and is giving you a note from Adlanna. The four of you are in the streets of Toril by Mora's closet, her dress shop. That is the recap.
Okay.
I thought that Keyanthi and Luna were helping the cute moth lady to her
Okay,
house.
that's right. Yeah, you guys split up. Okay.
Yeah.
So do you guys... For brevity, I can say that you guys reunite, or do you guys want to stay separate for some reason?
I want to talk to. Well, Keyanthi wants to talk to Luna real quick.
Okay.
Okay. What's up?
Yeah. So, how you feeling?
Good. I mean,
Even though we haven't left each other's presence, I still want to say, how you doing today? You doing good?
yeah.
You never know what I'm hiding from.
Oh, what?
Say again?
You never know when I'm hiding something.
Yeah, that's true, huh? Okay, anyway, back to myself as a person. We'll go back to my notes. Okay. What's the name? Let's read the names of all the characters.
Which describe the person? Leo?
And it's Roxale, isn't it?
Raxazel.
Roxazel.
Yeah.
Roxazel. I love that name.
Raxy.
Anyway. So we drop her off at her house.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So she got homesick.
Mm-hmm.
This is armpit sweat. Wow, I didn't expect her to be so loose-lipped. Or maybe I should have been expecting that.
It looked like she had plenty to drink, so...
A lot. It sounds like she was really worried about her Ori friend.
Yeah.
So, actually, I feel as though I must say something.
What's that?
Well, I'm pretty sure I know who Roxazel's ex-boyfriend is. And I'm pretty sure he's not why can't I speak English? Hold up.
English is hard. It's okay.
I got a long day at work. The actress is not fully here. I'm sorry.
You start speaking in Elvish instead.
Oh, we could speak in Elvish right there. Basically, I thought I saw him before, and the thing is, I know him. And
Really?
yes, and it's not in a good way. He's my brother. And yes. And he's a bard. So if you see a man strumming something, you know, it's a little dangerous. I feel like I should have to warn it, because just, I know with everything going on, I feel like I don't know, I need someone else to know that if we see someone like this, we should be very careful.
It's okay, I'm already kind of on high alert for bards, so...
Oh, no.
Yeah, oh. Good.
Everybody hates
I
bards.
Well, thank goodness, because I was definitely concerned. So, and then Keyanthi goes ahead and starts describing her brother. Kind of bald, but with beautiful, beautiful eyes.
Yeah, so he's really, like, athletic, actually. And, yeah, he's, and obviously very, like, charismatic. He's someone that would be, like, a life of the party. And, had a very riotous living. Physically, he's, how tall is Keyanthi? She's like 5'8", right?
I am.
Yeah, so...
Word metric? I'm 5'7".
5'7", okay, yeah, he's 5'10"-ish, around there, so he's kind of tall, but not massively tall, and then he's, like, built really, kind of like,
Lean, but
like, he's like a football player, but like the guys that run, not like the really bulgy ones.
Okay.
Because I know so much about football, but like he has broad shoulders and like takes.
He's got the Dorito bod.
Yeah, he has like a good triangular like shape to him.
He's toned.
And yeah, he's not like overly huge. And then he's not bald, but I want to say he has a really, like, short buzz cut, really close to his head.
I wanted him to be bald, but that's alright.
Oh, okay, well, I mean, he could be bald.
Bald.
You know, like, maybe...
He likes the bald set.
Bald elf.
Bald elf. He likes the bald life, and just, once he started, he couldn't go back. You... From what you know is that he had a very riotous living and collected a lot of debts. And your grandfather was not pleased. So one day he just wasn't home anymore.
I wish I was young for that. So I barely recognize him, honestly.
Yeah, it's been a long time. But he's an elf, so he hasn't really aged.
Exactly, I don't work like that. We'll be here for a while.
And he's your second oldest brother. He's the second child, like 4.
Yes. So there he is. Mr. Life of the party who I'm scared of. Keep an eye out for a ball,
his name's Oreadr.
Dorito, football runner man.
Okay. Do they have Doritos in this world?
I mean, I'm sure they would have corn chips.
The corn chip man. Be careful of the corn chip man.
Okay. The bald corn chip man. Alright.
I create these threatening NPCs, and this is what happens. Bald corn chip guy. Gotcha.
We just have to boil him down to like luscious wind towels. Corn chip man. Hold on, I have to go and check my username in this thing. Hold on.
Okay.
Alright, that's all I wanted. I wanted to talk to Luna about my past.
Okay. Okay, no, that's good. That's good. Alright. Does anyone want to do anything else, or should we re-meet as a group?
I think changing my name moved my position over. Yep.
Yeah, it's alphabetical.
You're more important.
I imagine it's alphabetical. Maybe it's not.
This was fortuitous.
Okay, you guys have reunited, unless anyone's opposed to that. Okay. So, you're back at Mars' closet. The others who discovered the note tell you about it, and Narte is there as a peacock, so now you're like, what do we do?
Guys, let's first leave Mars so they don't associate us with being here.
Good idea. Where should we go?
I guess I'll take the peacock and I'm just holding. This is Narte, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Mr. Narte.
We could just go somewhere else. Is there like a park or something to hang out? That's like a public space? Or do we just go back to the birding house?
Where were we going beforehand? We were on a mission to go somewhere, no?
Didn't she want to
You want to
do
go to
your
the,
stuff?
You want to like go to the art district or something?
Yeah, I was like, didn't
Yeah,
you
the
want
art
to go to
district.
the
Why don't you just check
district?
that place out?
Yeah, let's go to the art district.
Let's do it.
Okay,
Kinda
so,
fun.
the art district is south, east to west, southwest of you.
Southwest.
Southeast. Yeah.
Southwest.
So I will point out that Narte does look a bit ruffled. But he's been...
What's wrong with it?
Yeah, I'm just kind of smoothing out his feathers. And I'm like,
Keyanthi helped me.
are you okay, Narte?
Keyanthi, make an animal handling check.
Oh dear. You see? Thank you for letting me roll this dice. Oh dear. He's not gonna like me, is he? Okay, that's actually not bad. I rolled a 6.
A 6?
A 6.
Is that bad?
So like
Lower
you,
than a 7.
you try to pat him, but like he's not having it, so he just kind of like dodges your hand a little bit.
No, you have to go with the feathers.
You're like,
I'm trying to reach the feathers. He won't let
I'm
me.
gonna try to pet him too.
Everyone's petting.
Everyone take turns rolling animal handling.
yeah, roll animal handling.
Let's see.
Time for Narte's spa day.
Nat 20.
Oh, okay.
Calm down, Drew. Fine. Show off for everyone. Show off.
I didn't roll too high, but I rolled a 7, but I have a +7 to animal handling, so that's 14.
Okay, so
Calm down, Drew.
you know the three of you
This is what I do.
instruct Keyanthi on how to properly handle a bird. You want to like support it properly under your arm so it can like roost and relax there. You know, like if it feels balanced, then it's not going to be upset, and then you gently stroke down the spine. I don't really know a ton about peacocks, to be honest, but I imagine most animals are like that.
I just
And
kept thinking of the monster book from Harry Potter. Just stroke the spine to make sure you
that's
don't
from
bite
the
your hand off.
spine, of course. So
If only I knew who wrote
he
that.
calms down and says to Ellie's the one that asked him,
Yeah.
and he says that Adlanna is gone. And it's he because he's a peacock, he sends you like these kind of like they're more like impressions than like pure sentences.
Okay.
And you get like this sense of like he's sure. You get the sense that he's not sure if she's okay, and is worried about her, but also feels guilty at the same time because he blames himself for what happened. Although you're not 100% sure what happened. You do get an image of a shack outside of town, though.
I get an image of a shack.
Mm-hmm. In the note, Adlanna mentions that she tracked Zert to this shack. I'll get the note up for you guys again.
Well, it's okay, Narte. I think Adlanna will be fine. I mean, she's a pretty strong woman, right? Right, Tarina? I mean, your aunt is kind of kills people.
Yeah, she's a pretty smart lady. She's the strongest, most murderous person I know. And we love her for it. Me too.
I mean, she's kind of dealing with her own stuff right now. With all the bone and demon stuff. Wiggling my fingers.
Okay,
What?
he...
But Narte is kind of talking about a shack? What do you mean about a shack?
He responds by, like, basically saying, like, you get the impression that that's where he went with Adlanna. And he shows you, like, images of, like...
I have my peacock telepathy.
Yeah, you get flashes of this room, there's so the shack's, I can't speak English today. The shack is a little misleading because there's actually more to it. It goes further underground. And, like, they had to go through, like, a series of traps to get there, and then, like, they finally got to this, like, final room, and there's just this flash image of a magic sigil at the bottom of this room.
Oh no.
And, like, you get the, like, intense feeling that he wants you to go there.
What are you doing going down shacks and magic circles? I don't know, that just looks dangerous.
That sounds like the adventure we should be going on. Let's follow. Let's go party.
Hey.
I don't know, what do you think, Tarina?
I'm not really sure.
Oh,
I mean,
that's it?
I would like to investigate, to see what kind of trouble that Adlanna might be in. She said she left, but I feel very uneasy about this shack.
Me too. From what you described of it, I didn't see any of it. Well, I wonder how safe it is for her.
Because what was it? Like, the note said that she left, right? She, like, found this, like, demon guy that was going to help her with her curse.
Well, it could be that she found something that definitely did not help her. It's hard to say. I hope she's alright.
I think it's probably good to determine, like, does she want us to go? Or would Adlanna want us to follow her?
Good question.
Well,
Narte cared for her. I don't
Narte.
know.
Because it could be a situation where, like, she does need our help, or it could be a situation where she might need help, but she'd rather do it herself. Or it could be something that's like dangerous enough that she wants to go on her own instead of have us get stuck there too.
Where did you guys wind up going?
I mean,
To some park. No, we did.
I think we're walking to the art district.
The art district.
Okay,
Right?
yeah, so you're just
Down to do
walking,
stuff there.
and, okay, you're just walking in public with a peacock, okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Your emotional support peacock.
Yeah, it's my pet peeve.
I feel like we're more like the peacocks emotionally support elves and half elves. That too. Yeah. Because sometimes the animals need the help, not just us. We need to stop being selfish. It goes both ways.
I mean, it's probably not weird to be walking around with a peacock.
Here
right?
we go.
It's like a pet. It's
I
like
thought it was just part of you because it's green enough, maybe.
Okay, I finally found the lines I've had for him. But, so you guys start walking to, I guess you wouldn't know. Ellie, you get, like, a question back, like, from Narte, like, familiar brothers, friends, where he's asking you.
Oh, well, we found your brothers. Yeah, and we rescued Kenny, and I'm like whispering to the peacock, but like it probably just sounds like to everyone else.
Okay. You get this feeling of like relief, but also this really intense take me back now.
Okay, put your wings down.
Yeah, even like even flaps his like wings a little bit. Like I need to go back.
And I just give out this sigh. I'm just like, oh, gosh, peacocks are the worst. I guess we have to go back home.
Back home or back where?
Well, back to the Braden
Braden
house. He wants to be.
Okay,
He wants to be with the rest of his brothers.
Okay, so I'll grab the peacock so that she doesn't have to hold the flapping peacock.
You draw some attention as there's this, group of foreigners with a peacock in the middle of town. And,
I look back and stare at the people that's staring at us, and I'm doing this.
And then Keyanthi just kind of puts her hand down. Like, stop it, no. Keep it down. Ellie, don't pick fights. Don't pick fights.
no.
I mean, they start.
They haven't started anything. They're just watching us. We need to hurry up and figure out what we're gonna do. Some elvish cultures are just very judgmental. We'll be out of here soon enough. Alright, so are we splitting up? Because I thought we were going to the art district, or are we all going back to the house together? We can just drop him off at the house.
Yeah, we can just drop
and
him
then
off.
go back to the art district.
Go back.
Okay, so I'll stay here and keep going this way.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm still going to the art district. If anyone wants to follow me, sneak now, forever hold the peace. I'm holding a peacock, and it's angry, so I might sneak now, forever hold the peacock. Let's go.
I'm gonna walk with Luna to return the peacock, and then I guess we'll join you at the art district.
Okay. You'll see me, I'm wearing bright red, so I'm very noticeable.
You'll see me, I'm just green.
Okay, all for each other.
Okay. Tarina, where are you going?
I think I'm going with Keyanthi.
Okay.
Buddy
Alright.
system?
Yep, buddies.
Yep,
Buddy
very
system.
important buddy system. Buddy system. Okay, great. So now we split the party again. So it's favorite hobby.
Yeah, you
Your
guys
favorite thing to
do that.
There's so much to do. We have to do it all. My cat keeps trying to attack me. He thinks I'm trying to love him when really I'm trying to make him leave me alone. Selfish.
Sherlock just wants attention.
He just wants
He
to
does.
love me.
He won't like me scratching him with my flip-flop. He doesn't seem to appreciate that.
I think I'll go with this one. Okay. Alright, so Keyanthi and Tarina continue down the streets of Toril. You Make perception checks, just so you know what's happening. Describe what's going on.
Okay. That was not cute. Okay. I got a 10.
Okay.
Nine.
Okay.
We're not good at this.
So you guys,
Everything looks fine.
everything looks normal. Like you see, as you're walking, you're in a less affluent area, so you actually see less dwarves and humans, because they're more of like a luxury thing that, it's like a luxury thing for the really like rich to have like a slave, which are what the dwarves and humans serve as in their city. And so you see just a lot more drow. You actually see a lot of like groups of you'll see like a lot of groups of uneven genders. Like there'll be one with like 3 females and 1 male, or like 2 males and 1 female. And as you walk, you come into the, you know how like every city has like kind of a weird corner, like a weird little section? You found it. You found the weird street. It's not as populated. It's kind of out of the way, but the stores here are very different. As you walk, you notice there's a store called Dedicated to Diurnal. It's a shop that's dedicated to plants that require light in a city that lives in a cave. Inside is a plump little dwarf scribbling away at a desk, and inside there are lots of like magically generated light orbs, and you can gather that's probably how the plants are kept alive. You keep walking, there's another place called Harpy Hats. Inside here, you look in through the window just out of curiosity, and you see a series of taxidermied animals that have been turned into hats. Inside is an old drow lady with one screwy eye that keeps looking at you. You pass by a secondhand clothes shop called Second Life. There's
I thought you would have called it like Tara's Boutique, like Mara's Closet, but like also.
My storefronts don't have as close of a unified sound to it, to be honest.
You're right, but I like Second Life. That's cute.
It offers clothing for cheap, and there's like a bin outside for discount clothes, and it has that weird like mothball smell to it, and you're like. Everyone here is just like kind of a little off.
Kind
of a little off.
Okay.
At the end of this small street, there's a tattoo parlor called Inked and Blinked.
Inked and
The store owner is blind, but he hires good artists for work. I find that really funny. Outside, you can see like this drow male who looks super metal, but like he's drawing at this. He's like sketching in this notebook. As he walks by, he's like, "Hey, you want a tattoo?" And he shows you his sketchbook, and there's like a flaming skulls, and like there's a tiger in there for some reason, and they're just really intense. And he's just like, "I think this will look good on you."
Oh, maybe not today, thank you.
Alright, anytime.
then Keyanthi will
Inked
look
and
red.
blinked. He like gives you a thumbs up and then blinks at you.
She blinks back, but not like in, an agreement. We're just like, what? So, yeah. And as they walk away, she's like looking over her shoulder, and I'm like, what else does he draw? I don't know, we'll find out.
And you're coming to the last little bit, but there's this tiny alleyway, and out pops this like little like drow female in like a, she's hunched over with a cloak, and then she flings out her cloak and says, "Hey, wanna buy a day dial?" And you see the interior is lined with day dials for telling time, but it doesn't work very well down here because there's no daylight. You keep walking like, no, thank you. And she calls out, "I have Starkeepers too!" And you're just like,
Sorry, seeing Tiffy's crazy eyes just... It's too much.
Hi, this is Tiffany, your DM. Thank you for watching Dungeon Damsels. This is not the end of the session, so please stay tuned for the next part. We update on Tuesdays and Saturdays at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you're interested in supporting us more, please push the subscribe button, like, or comment. We also have a Patreon, wink wink nudge nudge, and our show is in podcast form. You can find us on Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Podbean, Spotify, and plenty of other podcast platforms. Thanks, we hope to hear from you soon.